Hello everybody and welcome to my video, I guess. My name is Jojo and today I wanted to talk to you about something that has been making the rounds in my head. So, I'm a bit sick if you couldn't tell, but I really wanted to put my thoughts into words for you so that if you are kind of like struggling with the same things that I am, I might offer you some light as someone from the future. Okay, big question is, you just graduated. And now, what? What do you do? What do we do? Well, it's fairly easy. You kind of just have to wait it out, but be intentional about the waiting that you're doing. By this I mean, for example, we are three in my friend group and we all took kind of very different approaches to how we are going to deal with the fact that our studies are practically finished, right? I graduated from a degree on translation and interpreting in English and German. My first language is Spanish, so Spanish is also in the mix. I didn't forget about it. But when I finished, it was a time in my life where everything felt like it was just mushed together, jumbled up together. A lot of things happened in my personal life as well that kind of obscured the fact that I had just graduated, which is no small feat. If you're currently doing the degree, if you have gotten out of the degree recently, you will probably know that there are harder things out there, but that's one of the hard things that we have to go through. That one subject that you're kind of like, like I have to really do this, like I have to pass this or else I'm not gonna have the degree of the thing that I like or the thing that I maybe not like so much, but like I'm already in the fourth year, what am I gonna do? Like not finish it. That was not my case. I really did like my degree and I would love to work on, my degree, whatever the hell I did. So, but for me, this went a little bit weird because my family had an emergency right after I graduated, like the day off. We had an emergency with my parents, and so it was everything a little bit obscured. Not many people congratulated me or recognized that I had, in fact, gotten a degree because my dad was obviously dying. He didn't die. He's fine. He's good. He's good. But, some things do take a little bit of, in the wait. My degree, my dad kind of overpowered everything, which I understand because it is life. It is what should happen. In any case, I was a little bit lost because nobody cared to ask me, what are you going to do next? Or do you want to, figure it out together? So I was just left alone. My parents were urging me to get a job because obviously I'm not going to be able to, leech off them. And I didn't want to leech off them, but fast forward to a few years, I am leeching off them a little bit, but we move, we're cool. So I looked for a job, and the job that I had was, in fact, a hotel receptionist, even though my mom, who is a hotel receptionist, told me, please do not get into that line of work. And I said, I don't care. This is going to be fun. I love talking to people all day long, and it's going to make me, get better at languages, which is ultimately what I want to do. So I said, yes. And I got an interview, and the interview sucked. And then I got another interview, and the interview went well. And they decided, oh my God, I want you. And so I started working for a hotel. Everything went well the first few months, and then I was drained of all my creative juices. And I didn't know that I was such a creative person until I had everything stripped away from me. But that is something from another video. In any case, I spent a whole year right after I finished. It was maybe I finished in July, and I got August to look for a job, and then September 2nd I was already working. I didn't have a lot of time to process the fact that my life had changed so radically, because I did university outside of where I lived with my parents, so it was just moving back in, also getting a job, so it was a lot of changes, lots of things going differently than I supposed they would be. My friends also lived very far away from me, so I didn't have that kind of coping mechanism that I had adjusted myself to during the first, let's say, 4 years of my degree. My friends took another route than just immediately started working. Some of them started a master's right after the degree, but I didn't know which master's I wanted to do. So I was just like, maybe I should save up some money and decide what I want to do. That worked out for me because now I am doing two masters, one in literary translation and one in juridic translation, and I love them both. They're really enrichment, and they're allowing me to study these things without so much pressure because they're online. So I just kind of do them when I can, and it's amazing because you can study at your own pace. I love it. I would recommend online studying for absolutely everyone that is like me, because I don't know if you are like me. So we just gotta live life, I guess. In any case, after work, I decided that the work wasn't really for me, and I had to do something to change my life because I was like spiraling. Like I was having panic attacks for like the last month. It was just like full of panic attacks before going into work and then actually working the 8 hours. And it was getting a little bit too much for me and my frail nervous system. So I decided to quit. Very good. I had the masters already lined up for me, so that worked out perfect because like 8 days after I finished, I was already on my master's, just ready to put everything into it. And so I did. I put everything into it, and I loved it. I really did. I loved it. That's where I am right now. The good part is never say that one thing is not going to lead to another, like why do this master's, blah blah blah. You don't know what kind of opportunities you're expecting. I entered the master's not very hopeful, not very knowing what kind of thing I was going to be able to do, but they told me, hey, do you want to do some like curricular practices? And I was like, yes. And so I signed all the forms, did all the things, and then they sent me to me, like not to everyone, just to me, an offer. Okay, they sent me an offer. They sent me an offer for an editorial place that is based in Madrid. And, I live in the Canary Islands, so it's not like I have, money to go back and forth or money to rent an apartment. So they told me it was going to be 100% fully online, and I got to translate a book, and I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold. I love translating books. That's mainly the reason why I decided to become a translator. So that works out perfectly. That works out great. And it gets more beautiful because schedule. I get to basically make my own schedule. I get to translate on my pace around 2 months, but on my pace in those 2 months. I have bi-weekly reunions with the boss so that he tells me whether he's liking my translation, he's not liking my translation, what the fuck is going on. And we love that. And not only that, but they're crediting me, which is insane, because this sounds insane, but there's not many places that would do that for a student. And I'm a student, like I'm not a professional, obviously, and they are giving me the opportunity. Oh, sorry. They are giving me the opportunity of putting my name on a product that I am basically making, but that is not something that I take for granted. That is something that I'm so very thankful for. These are practices you shouldn't have to, but they're doing it. And they're giving me so much creative freedom with it, and I'm loving it. And this is an opportunity that was given to me because I waited a little bit. Because maybe if I had done it last year, I wouldn't have gotten this kind of opportunity. What I'm saying is, I'm sharing that I have had a lot of luck, but I'm telling you it's possible for you too. Okay? Just because everybody starts working right away or everybody starts studying, furthering their education right away, doesn't mean that's the path for you. Okay? You have to choose something that is aligning with what you are currently. I couldn't have studied a master's right after I got out of the degree. I was tired mentally of studying. It took a lot out of me because I failed one of the subjects, so I had to jumble everything up in the 4th year and just do everything, and the end of degree theses and like the practices and everything. It was a lot and I was tired, and so I decided to take a little break, do something else, and that worked out for me. And I'm glad that it worked out for me, and I'm so happy that it did. But I needed the year. Some people don't need the year. Some people are like, if I stop now, I'm just not going to continue studying, so I better hurry the hell up. And so you do, and you study. What I'm telling you is, give yourself time. It's okay if you're not doing anything grandiose and magnificent. right after you finish your degree. That's just one stepping stone. You're probably 22, 23 years old when you finish the degree. Like, you have your whole life ahead of you. And that's something that has taken me like months to figure out for some reason. I was like, oh my god, a lot of 23 years old are already like earning millions or whatever, but like, let's look at the majority, okay? We are so used to, in our circles, always having people who are getting their degrees, are getting jobs, are getting things like that. But that's because we move in the circles of university, but there's a lot of people who just don't get the same opportunities as us. They don't get the same opportunities that we do. Because studying a degree, whether you believe it or not, it's still something that is save a few examples of people who are like studying because they happen to live close to the university and they get scholarships or things like that. It requires a lot of money, and it requires a lot of sitting down, logistics, thinking how this is gonna happen, a lot of pressure on yourself to pass everything year by year, doing things that you should year by year. And that is okay, and I love that for you, but sometimes you just gotta, not study that, or maybe there's nothing that excites you right after, you like high school, I guess. There's nothing that interests you, so you're just like, okay, I'm calmed down and I'm just gonna go do something else with my life for now. Maybe you worked from when you were 18 and now you want to get into university and it's a little bit late. That's okay. That's okay. It's late. Not really. Because you are setting your own path. It's your path. You know what I mean? So I hope this answers the question. I graduated, now what? You have the power to forge your own destiny. If you want to work and you want to wait a little bit to further your education, that's great. Maybe you find something else that you're interested on, another niche that you can exploit. Maybe you decide, oh my god, I was not born to be an employee. I need to be self-employed. Good for you. Good for you. I like the idea of being self-employed. I don't like the practice of it so much, but I like the idea of it. That's something you have to explore as well. Being employed gives you a lot of other, like, I don't know how to say, transversal skills, things that you can use in every single work, like creating a good work environment, knowing when to delegate, knowing when to take, a little bit more responsibility in this work, when to call out people, when to not call out people, when to speak, when not to speak. Anyway, so yeah, I am currently 23 years old. I have 1 year of experience and working in general in the hotel. Now I'm about to translate my first book, which I'm also going to do a video about because I think that's an interesting thing to do. And I don't know, I just wanted to get these things off my brain because maybe it would have helped me when I was 23 or when I was 21, maybe just getting out of the degree to know what someone was going through. What someone was going through at that moment, to like having to make choices that you don't know if they're gonna work out or not. You never know if they're gonna work out or not. You just gotta, like, hopefully they work and then just wait for it. I don't know. The best thing I can tell you is that you need to not shut yourself down whenever something doesn't go your way. You need to keep going forward. You need to keep moving. You need to keep searching for opportunities to do what you want. You need to keep moving, like Nemo. You need to keep fishing, or else you're gonna get stuck in something really wrong. And also, there's no problem in moving back to your parents' house. This might be TMI. I have no problem, but you shouldn't have any problems moving to your parents' house either. Okay, I said what I said. Sometimes you need to stay here, save a little bit, relax, not think about money for a little while, because what are you thinking? Rent? You're not paying rent to your parents. The food, okay, maybe, yes, you shouldn't probably worry about that. Definitely keep going to the gym, because I know that you're tempted to, when you move back to your parents' house, not go to the gym. You need to have, maybe not going to the gym, but like doing some sort of exercise, something that allows you to release, because girl. All right. Anyway, this has been a whole reflection. I hope that when I'm editing this it makes sense, but I don't really know. I might have to go in and film some more stuff that are kind of like connective and cohesive, but who cares? I'll thank you so much for, listening. If you have gotten to this point, you are the stronger soldier, because I am not really making any sense. But it has been good to get this off of my chest, and I hope that it has lifted some weight off of your shoulders, because that's mainly what I was setting out to do. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you in my next video if I ever make one, and if I ever upload anyone. Bye bye. I love you so much.